So yesterday morning, I woke up to about 13 videos all talking about the PlayStation Classic. Sony's attempt to cash in on the NES and SNES Classic, but with the PlayStation spin on it. And I got up, I went to my PC, and I watched the announcement video. Now, let's talk about the actual PlayStation Classic, and then we'll get into my opinion on things, because in all honesty, I got a few questions. I'm not really feeling this, and I'm not very impressed. But let's just talk about it. First off, the PlayStation Classic is 45% smaller than the original PlayStation. It also has an HDMI output and is powered by micro USB. It comes with two original PlayStation controllers, and no, these are not DualShock 1s. So don't be expecting any popular DualShock games to be on this console. Also, it looks like they're powered by USB 2.0, so that means no priority connection like what Nintendo has with their classic consoles. It has the classic power button position as well as a reset button, so that's how you suspend games, similar to what the NES and Super NES Classic do. It also has the open button, so this is how you go back to the main menu to switch between your games. It comes with 20 preloaded games, and the first ones we know about are Final Fantasy VII, Jumping Flash, Ridge Racer Type 4, Tekken 3, and Wild Arms. And finally, it will be released on December 3rd and is going to run you at $99.99. So let's talk actual opinion here, because I got a lot to say about this one. Now, first off, the SNES Classic came out with 20 games, 2 controllers, and was $79.99. It also came with something that you're not even going to be including in yours, but we'll talk about that a little bit later. But my question is, so what makes your PlayStation Classic worth that extra $20? I mean, yeah, the graphics are better than what the SNES Classic was. It's 16-bit compared to 32-bit, but that doesn't really justify an extra $20 in my opinion. And you could say, but gamer, the NES Classic was only $60 when it first launched, and they raised the price to $80 with the SNES Classic. They're just following the pattern that was set by Nintendo. Okay, so what? PlayStation is not Nintendo. They do not need to raise the price just because they are following the pattern that Nintendo has set. They need to be competitive. And the best thing they could have done is either have the same price as the SNES Classic or try and go lower. Because when you look at what you have so far with the PlayStation Classic, it's not impressive. First off, let's talk about the controllers, and I know that a lot of people are going to say, but gamer, they are supposed to be like the original controllers. You don't get it. They are supposed to be like the original controllers for the original PlayStation. I get it. I get it. Trust me, I get it. I had the original PlayStation. I had the original PlayStation. I had the PlayStation 1. I had the PlayStation 2. I had the PlayStation 3. I had all of it. I get it. But here's the thing. By not having the DualShock controllers, you are limiting yourself extremely on what games you can have on this console. Because honestly, I'm seeing this opening lineup. I see Final Fantasy VII, which we've gotten a million times on a million different platforms. I see Jumping Flash, a game I've never even heard of. I've heard of Ridge Racer Type 4. I actually own the game. I bought it used for like $1.50 at a thrift shop. Tekken 3, iconic game. And then Wild Arms. That's how you open up your game selection? That's really how we're opening up the PlayStation Classic? No Twisted Metal, no classic versions of Spyro or Crash, nothing like that. Hell, give me some Lemmings while you're at it. Like, hell, that would have worked. But honestly, this opening lineup, in my opinion, is kind of weak. And I think because they limited it down to a basic controller without the DualShock function, like, hell, get rid of the rumble, I wouldn't care. Just give me the joysticks. I think that kind of limited them down. I think that limited them to basically having to pick at the beginning of the barrel, or games that were compatible with the basic controller without the DualShock function. Now, you guys know me. I like to do my due diligence whenever I'm doing these things, and honestly, I kind of caught Sony just a little bit, because you know, they were sneaky They were sneaky with this because I'm going to play a little clip from that trailer real quick. I'm going to play it. I want you to tell me if you notice something. I want you to tell me if you notice this, and if you don't, that's perfectly fine because I'm going to explain it to you anyway. But watch the clip, tell me what you think, and then I'll explain it to you.
Oh wow, I can't believe my eyes. I can't believe my eyes. I can't believe my eyes.
Did you catch that? No, I'm not talking about the HDMI out. Look at the small teeny tiny text right under that. AC adapter not included. What? Wait. You're not including the wall adapter. The thing that I need to plug it into the wall. And I know what you're going to say, but gamer, it's not that expensive to get a wall adapter. Well, guess what? I'm spending $100 fucking on this thing. I should get everything I need to be able to play and enjoy and basically actually use the item I bought. I shouldn't have to dig around in my closet full of different adapters and different cables to find one that is compatible and powerful enough to basically use the PlayStation Classic. That shouldn't be a thing. Just throw one in there. It's dirt fucking cheap. And for $100, I would expect it to be in there. And if you even look at their actual images on their website, it actually shows what you will get inside of the PlayStation Classic. You'll get the console, you get the controllers, you get the manual, you get the HDMI cable, and you get the USB cable, but no wall adapter included. I don't get why they would do this. It's $100 product. I don't get it. I don't get, like, hell, even the NES and Super NES Classic had the wall adapter in the US. And I heard that in Japan they didn't have it. I think that's stupid. I think that's very irresponsible of Nintendo. And Sony, you gotta be better than that. Because guess what? Your reputation is right now down the toilet. You've been pissing off a lot of your fans. One, this is more expensive than the Nintendo Classic or the Super Nintendo Classic. It needs to be on the same price point. Two, you don't include the AC adapter for a $100 product. What the fuck is that shit? Look, am I looking forward to this item? No, not really. I'm not gonna lie, I really have no interest in this item at the moment. Maybe once they announce some more games that can draw my interest, then yeah. If we get a classic Twisted Metal trilogy or something like that, then yeah, you got my interest a little bit there. But one thing I'm gonna say, and I mean this from the bottom of my heart, do not jump on this right away. If you're a hardcore fanboy, you're probably going to do it. It doesn't matter what I say. You're probably going to do it. But here's what I need to say. Look at what happened with the NES Classic and the Super NES Classic. They came out, they sold out, and then scalpers went and upped the price to ridiculous amounts just to be able to sell them. And if you listened to my video the other day, hype mentality is the reason why things like this happen. Because people get excited about it, scalpers see that shit, they buy everything they can, and then they resell it at a insanely raised price. And what we need to do is fight this hype mentality, because guess what? When you fight the hype mentality, when you're patient, you get rewarded. Let me give you a little bit of a story, a little bit of history. So earlier this year, I was at my local mall just kind of killing time and kind of relaxing. I was, I usually go to the local mall once a week and kind of do my rounds, kind of check out all the new product that comes into my favorite stores. So I went to Champs, I went to Jammy, I went to Unique Imports, I went to FYE, and then I finally made a stop at GameStop. And my friend works there, and he walks up to me, he's like, hey man, guess what? We got the SNES Classics back. And I'm like, holy shit, okay, I'll grab one of those. And I went up there, I paid retail price, and I didn't get screwed. I didn't have to pay a scalper. I didn't have to hope to God I get in a bid on eBay. I just paid regular price, and that's because I was patient, I waited, and I was rewarded with my patience by having an SNES Classic. Then, a few months later, they got the NES Classics back in. And guess what? I got it for retail price. I was happy. I got to, get this awesome classic item. And I didn't pay a scalper. I didn't pay an insane price like I've seen on eBay and stuff for the NES Classic. I got it for retail. If you are patient and you just wait, then you will be rewarded. You'll be rewarded by not buying into the hype mentality. Now, if this is something you really want and something you really are interested in, fine. Go ahead, purchase it. I'm not going to judge. It's something you care about. But wait. Try and wait just a little bit, because we really need more info about what games are going to be in this product. That's why I am waiting on pre-ordering the PlayStation Classic. That's why I'm waiting. Because honestly, with the 5 games we've seen so far, I have no plans of pre-ordering. Like, I own like 3 out of those 5 games right here in the right hand corner of my room that I actually have physical disc. I can go hook up a PS2 and play those games. But it'd be kind of cool to have this small little compact thing that has all these classic games on them. It just depends on what games are on it in the first place. I would love to live stream some classic PlayStation games and, you know, hang out with you guys just talking about them and going on a nostalgia bandwagon trip. But the thing is that I'm not going to throw down my money, especially $100, when I don't know what I'm going to be getting. So that's just my opinion. Those are my thoughts on the PlayStation Classic, but what do you guys think? Let me know down in the comment section down below. If you guys enjoyed this video, go ahead and leave a like on it. If you dislike it, go ahead and leave a dislike on it. And tell me, what games would you like to see added to the PlayStation Classic before its release? Are you going to be patient and not buy into the hype mentality and wait for the actual retail release? Or are you going to wait until, you know, it comes out and has like a second batch? What are you going to do? Let me know down in the comment section down below. But as always, guys, GamerJlee signing out.